Well, it's official. Stacey Abrams has claimed the Democratic nomination for governor.
Well, let's turn back now to Fox 5's Tom Haynes with some analysis from Theron Johnson.
Theron Johnson's been watching this race, guys, really all night. Theron, you were impressed by something that we were noticing and talking about earlier, that Stacey Evans wasn't able to pull out some of these northern counties where you thought she would perform a little bit better.
I did. Yeah, I thought she would do better because this is where she grew up. This is her hometown. And I also thought she would do better along the southeastern coast, but clearly that didn't turn out.
What was her weakness? Why wasn't she able to appeal to so-called white Democrats in those areas?
I think she just couldn't really pull together a coalition of voters to, get more votes than Abrams. But also, listen, Abrams had a great message to African Americans and also progressive white folks all across the state. And so that's why you were
also saying there wasn't great turnout today.
No, it was very low turnout. I think Republicans outvoted us as well.
Let's head over to the big wall, Theron, real quick in the limited amount of time we have and show you just the sea of blue that Stacey Abrams, and it just shows her commanding lead. Evans did pull out some of her home counties up there in the northwestern part of the state, but this is an impressive showing and more impressive than a lot of people thought.
Absolutely. This is very impressive. I mean, she can definitely capitalize on this. Definitely thought Evans would probably do better in counties like Muskogee and Savannah and Augusta, but look, Abrams ran a really good campaign, and it clearly shows tonight.
Theron, how does Stacey Abrams do? How does she do what Stacey Evans tried to do, and that is pull in a lot of the independents and so-called left-leaning Republicans?
Well, first she's got to unite the Democrats. Then she's got to go to the independents right away. I think there's a lot of disaffected Republican women, and a lot of them, Tom, are up in this metro area, and so she's got to have a message to them that they can resonate with.
But Abrams can be comforted that she turned most of the state blue tonight.
Listen, if you're Abrams and you're in the Abrams campaign, you're feeling great tonight. But guess what? The real work starts tomorrow morning for the general election.
Awesome analysis, Theron Johnson of the Capital Gang. Thank you so much. The Georgia Gang, I should say. Russ, we'll send it back to you.
All right, gentlemen, thank you very much. Now, Brian Kemp, who calls himself a politically incorrect conservative, is addressing his supporters right now. Let's listen.
So hard for us tonight. Thank you so much for that. We have built and have more than 1,000 people in our coalitions like Women for Kemp, Lucy. But it's been more than that. We've rolled out plans to make Georgia #1 for small business, to strengthen rural Georgia, to deport criminal illegals, to stop and dismantle street gangs. We've also talked about ethics reform, tax reform, education reform, adoption reform, and fundamentally changing the way state government spends taxes and operates. Voters have heard about my story and my plans. They have also met Jake. And they realize that big trucks have multiple uses. But most importantly, we made a simple promise to put you, hard-working Georgians, first. I want to thank you all. I want to thank you all, our thousands of supporters around the state, for helping us punch our ticket to the runoff. Now let me make something abundantly clear. Today, Republican primary voters sent a very strong message. They're fed up with career politicians who are bought and paid for by the special interests. They are fed up with political games. They're fed up with empty promises and empty suits. The numbers do not lie. Casey Cagle spent millions of dollars raised from the special interests. His dark money super PAC spent millions more. He attacked every candidate in the governor's race after saying for months that he wanted a clean race. He twisted every arm at the state capitol he could find, and he lashed out at anyone who wanted to challenge his ascent to power. And still, the vast majorities of hardworking Georgians rejected Casey Cagle tonight, and those who own him.
Brian Kemp finishes second in the Republican primary tonight. At the risk of sounding repetitive, worth remembering that the person who finished second 8 years ago, Nathan Deal, is currently the governor of Georgia. So there's plenty of politics left.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.